Good evening. As always, I thank you all for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. I'm probably about 3 minutes late. Do forgive me. It has been an extremely long day. Um, Dana Williams, good evening to you. Tawana, good evening to you as well. Uh, Janet Dunbar, good evening. Miss T, good evening. Miss Graham, Miss Keisha, welcome. Sonia Price, good evening to you. I thank all of you, as always, for tuning in to tonight's live broadcast. Miss Jackson is in the house this evening. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in as well. Shannon Lewis has joined us too. Good evening, Shannon. Thank you so much. Let's do this. You all know where we're going tonight. If you have pen and paper, if not, of course, you can come back and play the video later and get the information. Uh, Sauce Trey, good evening to you. Lisa Flemings, good evening. Latricia, good evening. Miss Hot Pink is in the house as always to make sure there is law and order. I love you big time. If you have pen and paper, I want you to write this number down for me, please. It's going to be 612-348-5550. Again, that number is going to be 612-348-5550. That number is to the DA's office, Mike Freeman, in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Your phone calls today led to 4 officers being terminated. That's wonderful. That's great. But it's not fantastic news. The fantastic news will be when all those involved face criminal charges. So I want you to call District Attorney Mike Freeman, 612-348-5550, and tell it termination is okay, but it's not enough. We must hold these officers accountable for the life that they just ended. This morning, I didn't get to even half of them. There were so many emails. So many of you all were inboxing about this story, emailing, you were calling. And I watched it. And probably just like most of you, I was pissed. J-Rock, what's going on? Always good to see you. Thank you kindly there. Try to do a little something. Purple's my favorite color, Anyway, tonight, we're discussing racism in the United States. We're discussing hate crimes, white supremacists. We're discussing diabolical, racist, trigger-happy police officers. We also are going to address how we play a part in what continues to happen and don't change. And if we're going to tell it, we got to tell it all. If they're not killing us, we're killing us. If they're not killing our children, we're killing our children. I don't look for the system to fix it. A system that has never been for us cannot be failing us, which simply means they don't want to help us. This is our fight. This is our fight. Let's go back a bit. Last year in April, I received a call from a gentleman in California concerning an issue in Shreveport, Louisiana. A gentleman by the name of Trevinsky Odom was shot and killed by law enforcement agencies in Shreveport, Louisiana. The killing happened just as I was about to go on air. And I remember Cynthia was at the desk with me, and we saw this video live streaming on Facebook. And we saw this white vehicle pass, and we saw a lot of lights. And so we watched it. And we watched, and we watched until we couldn't watch no more. A young man was dead at the hands of law enforcement in Shreveport, Louisiana. Now, the call came from California from a relative of the young man that was killed and asked us to look into it. And we did. And to this day, we are still in close contact with Doc Odom and family. Doc Odom is Travinsky Odom's father. As a matter of fact, I just spoke with him about 10 minutes ago. Now, I don't believe anything that police say. And I think tonight we have some guests in the house. So let me just say this again. I don't believe anything that police officers say. Everything that they say, we must be able to prove it. Police will lie. Police will lie. But videos don't. They don't lie. Now, when they first told us about body cams for certain areas, certain officers, certain cities and states, a lot of blacks got excited. Well, this will stop the killing. This will stop the racial profile. This will stop the police brutality. It went up. It went up. I think Lil Boosie said it best. He said, cops shoot us down on camera, don't even get convicted. They some dirty bitches. It's as simple as that. I am not against the police department. I am against racist, diabolical, crooked, trigger-happy policemen. I have a lot of law enforcement agencies on my page. Law enforcement agencies in the family. But when you're wrong, you're wrong. And you keep telling me that all cops are not bad. Well, tell me where are the good cops at when the bad cops are acting an ass? Where are they? Where are they? I quit a job one time because I didn't like the way they were treating some of the employees. As long as I stayed there, bills must be paid. But as long as I stayed there, in my mind, I'm condoning what's happening. So let me just ease my little black ass up out of here because I'm against it and I'm always speaking out on it. And they was not used to somebody speaking out on what they were doing to the employees. I haven't always done right, but I haven't always done wrong either. Travinsky Odom had shot an individual twice in his leg with a .25 automatic. We know for a fact that Travinsky Odom had 3 bullets. We know for a fact that Travinsky Odom had 3 bullets. We know for a fact that Travinsky Odom had 3 bullets. Pumped out 2 and left. He led law enforcement on a chase. North Market, Caddo, I think, Blanchard, a lot of neighborhoods throughout Shreveport. Well, the chase ended on Greenwood and Jewel intersection. I hope I got it right. We watched the truck. It's a white SUV. It slows down. It's getting ready to stop. We know that. There's so many lights and sirens and officers. You would think the president of the United States was in town. Law enforcement opened fire on Travinsky Odom. They say there were 49 shots fired. We challenge that. We challenge that lie. Truth always has its own foundation to stand on, but a lie, it doesn't. We challenge that. We counted the seconds. We counted the bullets. We slowed it down, and we counted over 100 and some bullets. That's what we counted. Now, how did they get to 45 or 49? Easily. They fucking crooks, and they lied. I feared for my life. I thought this, I thought that. Now, mind you, Travinsky Odom wasn't a saint. He's had run-ins with the law. He had recently been released from prison. He also had some issues going on. His mother died while he was incarcerated in Louisiana. They wouldn't let him or his brother, who was both incarcerated in Louisiana, attend the funeral. He was close to his mother. He didn't have any children, but he had one on the way. He had one on the way, first child. Travinsky Odom was killed the day before his birthday. Travinsky Odom never got to see his child. There are several videos out, but there's one in particular that law enforcement don't have and we do. I saw it first at a visual for Travinsky Odom. When people heard one shot first, they assumed that Travinsky Odom fired at officers. And so did I. I mean, you got, this video is being live streamed on Facebook by multiple people. Well, Travinsky Odom didn't fire that shot. We were told that Travinsky Odom went through neighborhoods firing at people, homes and cars. Travinsky Odom started with 3 bullets and was left with 1. Now, that's a lot of goddamn shooting from a 25 that ain't got but 1 bullet left. Nobody came up and said, yeah, he shot me. No, he shot my house. There's bullets in my car. Now, Sheriff Prater, Steve Prater, said this. I haven't interviewed nobody that said it happened. Nobody's came forward. Travinsky Odom was depressed, mentally challenged. The loss of his mother was eating him up, and he began a life of drugs. And he wasn't in his right mind when he took the vehicle and shot a relative. Mr. Odom was in contact with 911. He called them and told them about his son's state of mind. I think an uncle or a cousin did the exact same thing. The dispatcher, both times, says, okay, I will relate this to the responding officers. Now, I don't know if they did that or not, but we do know they called. So what difference does that make? Here's what it makes, or should make. Now you know how you should proceed to deal with this individual, opposed to just saying he's just out on the loose, we got to take him out. He has some mental things going on. He can't deal with the thought of having lost his mother and wasn't able to attend the funeral. So wait, you call somebody out that specializes in dealing with people like this in terrible situations such as this. The police said he was a threat to everybody in the neighborhood the way he was carrying on. No, the officers that fired over 100 and some fucking shots was a threat to the neighborhoods for the way that they were carrying on. This man had 1 bullet left. One bullet. He calls his girlfriend, mother of his child. Tell her what's going on. She listens. And he tells her, I know they're going to kill me. I know they're going to kill me. He said, I'm finna lay the phone down so you can hear it. She said, no, I want you to hang it up. I don't want to hear it. Sandy, I'm going to try to. Well, good evening to you. Welcome. There's Scorpio 1D. Good to see you. He hangs up. Hello? I think it's about a minute or so. When I spoke with her, said she called and he didn't answer. Then she knew then he was dead. The guy you're chasing may have a gun, but he's not in his right state of mind. Some said he was suicidal. He wanted to die, suicide by cop. Okay, don't know if that's true or not. But here's what I do know is true. That don't fucking mean the cops have to help him. Over 100 and some shots. The autopsy says he was hit, I think, 19 times, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think they said he was hit 19 times. Justifiable homicide. No, it's a homicide, but it's not justifiable. I tell you this story to lead up into Minneapolis. You think because a cop go into a courtroom, raise his or her right hand to tell the truth, that they tell the truth. No, the only thing they do right is raise their hand. And they will sit on that stand and tell a damn lie. And for the most part, they're going to stick together. Police language gets them out a lot of bullshit. I feared for my life. I thought he had a gun. Even to this day, it's hard to hold a conversation with his daddy, Mr. Odom, without you getting emotional. His daddy's on my live feed now, Doc Odom. Good evening, sir. Okay, he says 19 times. Thank you, Mr. Odom. It's hard because you can hear it in his voice. And he's pissed and he's angry. And he will go off on officers. So that's why, we have to speak for him because we don't want him to go off. But if he does, it's understandable. I don't care if our children are wearing suits or their pants sagging or she dressing like a hoe in Lil Kim's entourage. They belong to somebody. And if they break the law, then they must pay the consequences. But when you have been advised that this man who just shot a person in his leg is also maybe high on drugs and has some emotional things going on right now, I would think you would bring somebody out to try to address the situation a little different. Every time you kill someone and you're a cop, it cannot be justifiable homicide. It can't be. Houston Police Department, Chief Avedo, whatever his name is, and you're probably watching. You're not only incompetent, you're insignificant to the police force. You cannot tell me that you all, since April 21st, have had 6 deadly officer-involved shootings, and you claim each shooting was justifiable homicide. That's a justifiable fucking goddamn lie. And the second to the last was the guy that stabbed the white woman, and you put the white woman picture up next to the dad man so we can get some publicity. See, this was an 80-something-year-old white woman. I don't give a fuck. He stabbed her. We know that. But you killed him. Were you in the right? Well, he was in the car when we got there, and when he came out, he had a knife. He was coming towards you. You couldn't tase him? What I'm trying to tell you is the police will say or do anything to save their very own. And you must question what they say. You must question what they do. I don't believe a goddamn thing they say. You have Cops know they're being filmed. They know they're being filmed, and they will tell you, I don't give a fuck. So why they say that? They cocky like that. Because laws will protect them. The force will protect them. Whenever a cop is in question, they must be placed on administrative leave. You notice I didn't say paid. They must be placed on administrative leave. I didn't say paid because I don't think an officer should be enjoying life, living his or her best life when someone is dead. If they win, give them their back pay. This is becoming the norm. It's 2020, not 1920. Now, about the white woman. Mean no disrespect. I mean no disrespect. But I know the game they're playing. I know the game they're playing. I know the game. It could have been a black woman. Whoever this individual saw first was marked for death. But was it justifiable homicide when your officers killed him? 6 deadly shootings involving officers in Houston, Texas, and each one is classified as justifiable homicide. I believe that bullshit, like I believe the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan has a dream of his white daughter saying, I do, to a black man. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. No police department should ever be allowed to investigate their own. That makes no earthly goddamn sense. That makes no earthly sense. Houston Police Department, lay your guns down. Get your goddamn whistle or bolo back, but lay the fucking guns down. And since the chief is always covering for y'all, I know for a fact he don't need no goddamn gun. They act like it's a fucking contest. How many can be killed in a moment? The shit I'm saying, it's the shit some of y'all want to say, but you ain't got the guts to say it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. This is 2020. I'll talk till my jaw fall off. It's simple as that. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And when you're right, you're right. How many times this week have you all seen a white woman on TV with a civil rights attorney begging for justice because her little white boy had been executed just for being white nearby? I'll wait. I'll wait. And why y'all think I'm going to get a sip of my tea? You don't see that because cops know one thing. You come over here in the suburbs with that bullshit. I'm going to have your badge, I'm going to have your gun, and the prison system will have your goddamn ass. Someone put on my YouTube channel. Somebody said never. Louise Rawls said never. And you probably never will. See? That's the answer. Never. Yeah. In referring to the individual that was killed yesterday in Minneapolis, George Floyd. I think he's in his 40s. Someone put on a YouTube channel and Facebook that play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Well, let me say this to you. You can think anything you want to think on planet Earth. It's just not always good to say what the fuck you're thinking. Do you not know a man is dead and his family is grieving? Now, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Maybe at a later date you can play that fucking card there, but not now. You have no shame. There's no dignity about you. I don't give a fuck if you're white or black. That's ridiculous. I don't have to respond to it. Y'all do. Y'all put them in check. I'll just go ahead and delete the comment and block you. Your stupid ass. The police department, Minneapolis, here's what they said pertaining to the lynching of George Floyd. Here's what they said. No weapons were involved by suspect or officers. No weapons. Well, I'm going to disagree with that. That white officer, that low-down, trifling, insignificant, racist, super stupid cop did have a weapon. And the weapon he used is the reason George Floyd is dead. He used his fucking knee. That's a fucking weapon. That's a weapon. Y'all know it. Y'all the goddamn law. Well, if it wasn't a gun, bullshit. A weapon is a weapon. It's as simple as that. I watched this guy die. I watched the other cop standing there with a smirk on his face, not trying to assist or not saying, don't do this, don't do that. He's blocking people that might want to come and grab that officer and whoop his bitch ass. That's what he's doing. Well, let's say how it happened. Let's do this here. A 911 call came in about a possible forgery on Monday. And the suspect may be sitting outside on a vehicle. Well, when the police pulled up, the subject was located. He was located inside of the vehicle. After being ordered to get out of the vehicle, the police report says the subject physically resisted. The subject physically resisted. Think about that. He physically resisted. Okay, I haven't seen that video, but maybe he did. Maybe he did. But here's what I do know. That he was handcuffed. Okay, follow me now. He was handcuffed after the resisting. He was handcuffed on the ground. I'm not a cop, but I'm not dumb either. If he was a threat to you when you first arrived on the scene, I know for a fact he's laying here in handcuffs. He's not of a threat. You got him where you want him. He's not of a threat. You got him where you want him. The video appeared to show the brother suffering medical distress. And to add to that, we believe that and know that because he kept saying, please, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Give me some water or something. Please, please. My stomach is hurt. I watch him then go unconscious for a while. Probably 7 to 10 minutes. The cop knee never moves. The other cops never move. I just want water. Keep in mind now, a forgery charge is a nonviolent crime. Nonviolent. It's a nonviolent crime. If you look at the officer's face, what he's doing to Mr. Floyd, he enjoys. And you would think people would step up and try to help. They can't do that because they know what's happening to him could happen to them, if not worse. By the time they get to that ambulance, his body's limp. Put on the stretcher. Time you get him to the hospital, dead on arrival. Here's what civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump said in a news release, who was also representing his family. This abusive, excessive, and inhumane use of force cost the life of a man who was being detained by police for questioning about a nonviolent charge. That's what Benjamin Crump said. If you got me handcuffed, here's what cops do. They're supposed to do. Headquarters, subject is in custody. He handcuffed. The fuck he gonna do? He handcuffed. You got it. All you had to do was raise up. All you had to do was raise your knee. But you chose not to do it. Chose not to do this. We watched for 5 minutes or more while a white man, a white cop, kept putting pressure on his neck. And the black man just simply said, all I want to do is breathe. All I want to do is breathe. All I want to do is breathe. Take me to jail. Take me to jail. Take me to jail. Just let me breathe. He's not asking them to let him breathe. He's begging them, please, please. The officer don't give a fuck. He continues with murder. The Police Officers Federation of Minneapolis, here's what they say in a statement released earlier today. Here's what they say. I'm not going to read a long statement. I'm not going to read it all. The first part of it, I think, is imperative that you hear it. Good evening, A Powers. Thank you so much. Here's what they said. The Police Officers Federation of Minneapolis said, now, niggas, now is not the time to rush to judgment and immediately condemn our officers. I wonder when it's going to be the motherfucking time to immediately condemn murder. Give me a call. Let me know a date and time. I'll show up. Nikki Bowman said, them being fired is not enough. They need to be charged with murder. You just preached. You cannot give us some sugar-coated shit cookies. Give us words that will simply satisfy us and pacify us until the next killing. It's not going to work. You fired them. Okay, well, you don't get no goddamn blue ribbon for that. You should have done that. But when you fired their ass, you should have put their ass in handcuffs. That's what we want. If we don't change the way we address this in the United States in 2020 and years to come, it can only, without a doubt, progress, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Now watch this. You keep knocking black people off planet Earth. Then you send somebody to the podium that's going to speak with kind words in a low tone and tell us to be peaceful. Be peaceful. I want the public to know that we are not leaving no stones unturned. We are investigating this and to the fullest extent of the goddamn law. And you telling a goddamn lie. Because come tomorrow, round about the same time, you're going to do it again. If we start knocking two of them motherfuckers off for every one of us, yeah, I'm fucking saying it, they'll stop that shit. Do y'all not remember what happened in Dallas, Texas in 2016 when they came and started ambushing them goddamn cops for doing this bullshit right here? But we wrong when we said this shit. But y'all not wrong when y'all do this shit. Come on, bro. We got to meet the same goddamn. We got to meet them with the same fucking force they meeting us with. I don't give a damn. What the fuck else do you want us to do? I know. Go to the Lord in prayer. Look, God, He'll make your enemies your fuck that. I'm not looking for a goddamn footstool. I'm looking for a fucking change. And sometimes, in order to get some peace in your life, Negroes, we got to raise some goddamn hell. Marching with that damn no justice, no peace sign. Put that shit in the trash. We must address this with new approaches. How many more times this gonna happen and say, I'm sending prayers up. Oh, that's so wrong. Tell us something we don't fucking know. All cowards to the back of the bus. This man giggled. The cop giggled. I'm looking at it. The other cop got a smirk on his face. Someone said, a bystander, talking to the cop, said, he's not responding no more, bro. He out. He out. Other than the Malia Davis case, I have never had so many phone calls, inboxes, and emails that I received about this case. White and black. So what does that tell us? People are pissed and they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. Everybody is somebody's child. And if killing him wasn't enough pain, it's extremely hard to sit and realize your hands are tied. You can't do nothing. Amy Massey, I think, says, evil to the core. I agree 100%. It's going to happen again until each one of you on this live feed send them emails, make the phone calls. If you're in the city, show up. This must stop. This is business as usual for police departments. This is what they do for a living. Don't give a fuck. Laws must be changed. When prosecutors won't prosecute killer, diabolical, deranged, mentally disturbed cops, well, we must prosecute their ass out of that seat. Well, let's see what the grand jury said. Fuck a grand jury. You got enough evidence to arrest the motherfuckers today, try them today, find them guilty today, and execute their ass today. So we're going to wait till you write up a report in favor of the officers in hopes of satisfying Black America. And Gerard, I love you big time. Thank you kindly. That's what. How long? How long are we going to let this happen? I'm sure the mother and the family love your prayers, and your kind words are very much appreciated. But here's what's needed. You in the battlefield. You not being scared to aggressively address this. That's what we need. That right there will help make things better. Marches, rallies, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, that shit worked. Today, don't mean a goddamn thing. So how do we beat them? How do we get them? We address the laws that govern killer cops. We address immediately the issue of policy and procedures automatically says that an officer is placed on paid administrative leave. Paid, take it out. Take it out. Why are they getting paid? They're not fucking on the goddamn job. That right there tells you they're not for you. They're not. You all keep waiting on civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, Al Sharp, the NAACP, Black Panthers. What the fuck are you going to do as an individual? Just sit there and say, ooh, that is just so sad. Ooh, I hate that. Who did they do it so bad? Thanks for the news alert. Last year, police officers throughout the United States killed over 1,000 people. And the majority of those killings were ruled justifiable homicide and never challenged. Felicia Cox says she feels the same way. Now, mind you, if I have a gun and I ever land on the scene, I haven't done nothing wrong. Even if it's hot. I mean, that might be the only wrong in it, but I haven't made no justice towards you. If you come on the scene and I got a gun in my hand and I have it down beside me, I haven't made any justice towards you. But if I do, then you knock my ass off. But some cases, you should use your best judgment. Tase him, see if that'll work first. Tase his ass. If he go down and he drop the gun, get him. If we tase him and he don't, we try it again. And if he's still as strong as a goddamn elephant, take him out. Police officers are not trained to wound. Police officers are not trained to wound. They are trained to kill with or without reason. You're talking about reforming the criminal justice system. We need to reform the goddamn police department. And they go home and rest. They go home and make babies. Just ask the police officer in Ferguson, Missouri that killed Michael Brown. Ask him, what did he do during his time of absent on paid leave, paid administrative. Ask him, what did he do? I'll tell you what he did. He fucked his woman. Fucked her so good he married her. Then he put a baby in her. Enjoying and living his best life. While a man is dead. Now they're devising devising a plan, a defense mechanism. They're going to come back to the mics again. Well, didn't already say that. Well, now he was under the influence of some drugs at that particular time. We didn't know what he had, but it said according to that PCP had marijuana, ecstasy pills, oxycodone, and Cracker Jacks. I don't give a fuck what was in his system. When he was handcuffed, he wasn't a threat. When he was handcuffed, he was being held captive by a cop. He couldn't do shit. So why wouldn't you get up off his knee? I'll tell you why. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. Stop waiting on the powers that be, private jets to land in your city. You got some soldiers in your city. Some of y'all soldiers, get up off your ass. Be proactive. I gave you the number. Make the call. Well, I'm going to call tomorrow. Make the goddamn call tonight. If the voicemail pick up in this room, leave a goddamn message. It's sad when black people are fearful of the ones that should be serving and protecting them. You get pulled over maybe for speeding, you're like, oh shit, oh shit. I spoke with a lady today in Louisiana. Terry Evans says he never saw that man as human. You just preached. I spoke with a lady today in part of Louisiana. She had left a message, it was disturbing. And she said, Mr. Scott, I really need to speak with you about police corruption. And I think the last thing she said, and I wrote it down, I fear for my life. Now, by the time I got the message, probably 2 or 3 days had passed. So when I got it, I immediately called her. And I apologized. I said, no, I knew you'd be busy. And she told me what had happened. An incident involving a wreck in Louisiana. But they treated this woman so bad, who was innocent. She's terrified. She's terrified. I'm going to bring you that story. I can't go no further in it right now for certain reasons, but I'm going to bring you that story soon. And she almost bought me to tell. She sounded like she was maybe about 60, maybe 70. And she is now terrified of the police and state troopers. And what she told me, she has reason to fear for her life. When you all, anybody can answer, was a child and you saw the police vehicle, well, I don't know, maybe not now, but back in the day, Mr. Odom, you remember this, back in the day when we saw police cars, we were kids, we got excited. We stopped playing with our toys. We ran up to the car. Cut the siren on, cut the lights on. And we sit there and we talk with them. Everything can be straight on your goddamn car and straight in your life. When they get behind you and you black, you go like, oh shit, goddamn. At this point, you don't know what the fuck you did and you really don't give a fuck. All you thinking about is, I'm finna die. And that's what this black lady told me. She kept thinking when the cop told her what he told her. We must police the police. It's not enough to say you care, but don't care enough to get involved. Mr. Odom said there was a total of 176 shots fired at his son. And I remember a lady, I interviewed her over the phone, and she said she was coming from work, I think, and she was praying, and he looked at her. And I asked her, was he just looking at me? Where do you think he was looking at? She said, he was looking at me. And I was telling him to keep his hands up. And I said, well, do you think he know what you meant? She said, yeah. And he looked at me, and I never forget, she said, yeah, he knew. But he looked at me as if to say, you know they're going to kill me. And that's what they did. And that's what they did. And they continue to lie about what happened to this day about Travinsky Odom, killed the day before his birthday. 2 days or 3 weeks later, his child is born. I don't know if anyone on here has ever lost a mother, but I have. And that's a terrible feeling. I became suicidal when Mom died because we were close. I could not imagine living on earth without Eddie May. Not to mention, an individual is locked up, and he's in Louisiana, and the mother is in Louisiana, but they don't take her to the funeral or to the wake of the body. The officers that were fired today were only fired because y'all kept calling. Y'all kept calling to demand they be terminated. Now, I applaud them for acting extremely. I applaud them for that. But that doesn't mean they won't try to fuck us in the end. It's not enough to give them a pink slip. You must put them in handcuffs. If you arrest me in the store for shoplifting and a friend is with me and he don't know what I'm doing, you arrest us both. The same laws that go for citizens has to go for cops. There's no exception. Film the police. Film the police. Don't interfere. Film them. Don't tell them you're filming them. Don't say shit. Film them. Call an attorney. Never release the footage to the police. Call an attorney and let him or her guide you in the right direction. I'm tired. I'm wore out. My sister called me today, and she was pissed about it. She was pissed. And she don't cuss like talking about it. Today she did, because she was hurt. I understand a lot of ugly things about Gayle King, but today, when I watched Gayle King on CBS this morning, and she began to cry, and the first thing I said, shut the fuck up, you don't give a fuck. But then, that's as quick as I could think that thought, I looked up, and I knew then she wasn't lying. I knew then Gayle King was hurt. I could see it in her eyes. I could hear it in her voice. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, big time. What we gonna do? We can't continue to let this happen. You might get that phone call that your son has been killed. If you're black, it's always a possibility. Terry Evans says, if you're really tired, you become active. Until then, it's just words. That's it. That's it. If you can't do anything but make a phone call, shoot an email, send a text, do it. Do it. You don't have to know the person. If there's a God in you, then it doesn't matter whether you know him or not. You fight for them. You fight for them. That's what we do. We fight for them. the norm, and it's scary. Before we go, the white woman, the low down, pink, dirty white in New York, Central Park. You saw the video. You saw the video. You saw it. I'm going to call the police and I'm going to tell them that an African American man is trying to attack me. And she makes that call. 911, what's your emergency? An African American man is trying to attack me. Oh, Harry, please! Now watch this. Nobody went to jail. Watch this. If there was no video, the black man stood an excellent chance of being arrested on the white woman words alone. I wish Emmett Till was here. He could back me up on that. But since there was video, the black man could have been locked up on a lie. But since there was video, the white woman needs to be locked up on a lie. White people, racist white people, you all have not encountered the right black person. But it's coming because you're campaigning for an ass whipping. You're campaigning for a homicide. It's coming. You're going to meet that right black person, and they're going to beat the bushes out of your goddamn ass. And me, I don't give a fuck. You wouldn't get to dial nothing. I would knock that motherfucker out your hand and knock you to the goddamn ground. Suffer the fucking consequences later. This should be considered a hate crime. That you would stop that shit if you make it a goddamn. It's not enough to come out and say, well, she lied. Lock that bitch up. We can't just keep letting them get away with it. They're going to keep doing it. To God be the glory. That was a video. Do you know how many people are in jail on a goddamn lie from a white woman? A white woman. And cops. These cops are scared of blacks. Bitch, don't put on a badge or carry a goddamn motherfucking gun if you scared. Y'all not scared of us. Y'all don't like us. That's what it is. You're not scared of us. You don't like us. But if black people start knocking 2 goddamn cops off every time they knock one of us off, I promise you they'll stop that bullshit. I'm out, Scott, with Injustice Investigation. I love you. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you.